Every story has flaws, whether it be disengaging scenes, weak descriptors, or unoriginal ideas. Writing the next Harry Potter is no easy feat after all, and it is easy to fall back on common character archetypes and cliched plots and subplots. One of the major mistakes most writers make is the constant use of adverbs. Despite contrary belief, adverbs should be totally fine in writing. Using words such as literally, probably, and totally shouldn't be disallowed. But a writer must know to be careful with adverbs. See the following. Lily gently and slowly walked across the room sadly. As one can see, gently, slowly, and sadly are the weak adverbs that must be cut out from this sentence. They are simply weak and boring to read. Consider the following. Lily strolled across the room, heart full of sorrows. Isn't that much better? By eliminating the adverbs, usually words that end with L and Y, one can strengthen the writing and make it much more vivid and interesting. Picture a soft, geeky character. Probably really intelligent, but also a coward, right? Most likely the science guy in an archetypical character cast. If it's blonde, it's probably named Armin too. Now, these characters are flat out boring. You can already guess everything about them. Rich blonde, probably the antagonist. Brunette who is ugly because she wears glasses, probably the protagonist. Guy with abs, definitely the male lead. If you can already guess them, then they're just dull. Rather, one must spice them up a little. An excellent example would be Isayama Hajime's Eren Yeager. Eren Yeager is introduced as an inexperienced guy with a lot of guts and ego. Fans expect him to overcome anything with overwhelming odds. And such, a tough mission comes up, an expedition into enemy territory. What happens? The enemy kills most of his comrades. His comrades fail the mission. Through this failure, the archetype is subverted. Despite his courage and boldness, he is still useless. It is shown that courage simply cannot make up for experience. Aaron suffers constant failures and defeat before finally tasting a lick of victory. Let us take another example. Grossman's Henry Fogg. Henry Fogg is shown to be a master magician and the dean of the students at a school of magic. Surely, a mage-like character such as him would be wise and benevolent, yes? Wrong. He quickly reveals himself to be selfish, cowardly, and extreme. Not the mage you expected, huh? Consider the following. Mimi woke up in her dainty, comfortable bed. She slapped the alarm clock and rose to her wardrobe, getting dressed for school. Honey, her mother greeted, have breakfast, dear. Today is your first day of school. Mimi took one bite and dashed off. Quite a common plot. We can already expect what happens. She bumps into the captain of the basketball team, everyone is shocked, yada yada. Here, we can make fun of it. Consider the following. Mimi dashed through the corridors but bumped into a wall. Except it wasn't a wall, it was a guy. He turned around and looked straight at her. Everyone gathered around, staring at Mimi who had just bumped into the wall. But they weren't shocked that Mimi bumped into the guy. They were shocked at the guy's apparel. He was a soldier. More soldiers like him turned around the corridors, giving out evacuation instructions. Something big was going on in her school. As you can see, it parodies the high school cliche. Instead of bumping into the popular guy, as expected, Mimi here bumps into a soldier. Instead of continuing like a typical high school drama, it suddenly turns into a very alarming and disastrous story. To conclude, don't be a coward when writing. Don't be afraid to break stereotypes and derive from the norm. Jump out of your comfort zones and take leaps out of your leagues. Remember that writing is an art, much like drawing or painting is. And art would be boring if every painting looked like the Mona Lisa, right?